Okay. I had to replay through all this stuff because my Dragon Risings video just vanished. I got the Dragon Stone. What next?
That is where your job ends and mine begins. The work of the mind, sadly undervalued in Skyrim. My associate here will be pleased to see your handiwork. She discovered its location by means she has so far declined to share with me.
So your information was correct after all. And we have our friend here to thank for recovering it for us.
You went into Bleak Falls Barrow and got that? Nice work. Just send me a copy when you've deciphered it.
Farengar, you need to come at once. A dragon's been sighted nearby. You should come too.
A dragon? How exciting. Where was it seen? What was it doing?
I'd take this a bit more seriously if I were you. If a dragon decides to attack Whiterun, I don't know if we can stop it. Let's go.
Okay, gotta wait for this guard to walk.
So, Irileth tells me you came from the Western Watchtower?
Yes, my lord.
Tell him what you told me about the dragon.
Oh, that's right. We saw it coming from the south. It was fast. Faster than anything I've ever seen.
What did it do? Is it attacking the Watchtower?
No, my lord. It was just circling overhead when I left. I never ran so fast in my life. I thought it would come after me, for sure.
Good work, son. We'll take it from here. Head down to the barracks for some food and rest. You've earned it. Irileth, you'd better gather some guardsmen and get down there.
I've already ordered my men to muster near the main gate.
Good. Don't fail me. There's no time to stand on ceremony, my friend. I need your help again. I want you to go with Irileth and help her fight this dragon. You survived Helgen, so you have more experience with dragons than anyone else here. But I haven't forgotten the service you did for me in retrieving the Dragon Stone for Farengar. As a token of my esteem, I have instructed Avenici that you are now permitted to purchase property in the city. And please, accept this gift from my personal armory.
Better be double-handed.
I should come along. I would very much like to see this.
Oh, he gave me a shield.
No, I can't afford to risk both of you. I need you here working on ways to defend the city against these dragons.
As you command.
One last thing, Irileth. This isn't a death or glory mission. I need to know what we're dealing with.
Don't worry, my lord. I'm the very soul of caution.
Yep, so as I said the first time I had recorded this, that is one of the reasons why Bolgruff is one of the better leaders.
Brigands I can handle, but this talk of dragons? World's gone mad, I say.
His soldier risks his life to run here to warn them of the dragon, and is rewarded for it. Some of the other Jarls are, not so nice to their people. So there's been a thing spinning up down there in the corner this whole time, and I think the game just crashed. Hold up. Okay. Oh, I didn't read it. Dragon Rising. Dragon has been sighted at a watchtower near Whiterun. Jarl Balgroof has sent me along with his housecarl Irileth with reinforcements. Meet her near the western watchtower. Just as night, we can see the Romeo and Juliet couple walking around.
I'll see you at the watchtower as soon as the rest of the men have gathered.
I can go with you. At least to your men.
Here's the situation. A dragon is attacking the western watchtower.
What? Now we're in for it.
You heard right. I said a dragon. I don't much care where it came from or who sent it. What I do know is that it's made the mistake of attacking Whiterun.
But Houseguard, how could we fight a dragon?
That's a fair question. None of us have ever seen a dragon before, or expected to face one in battle. But we are honor-bound to fight it, even if we fail. This dragon is threatening our homes, our families. Could you call yourselves Nords if you ran from this monster? Are you going to let me face this thing alone?
No.
You're so dead.
But it's more than our honor at stake here. Think of it. The first dragon seen in Skyrim since the last age. The glory of killing it is ours, if you're with me. Now what do you say? Shall we go kill us a dragon?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's move
What
on.
about you? Dude who's been freaking out the whole time. We're so dead.
Fear not. Come dragon or giant, we'll be ready.
Well, dragon came, and I guess you guys are ready. Man, my orc's breathing. We're faster than them. Way faster than them. Like, I'm just walking. Grab some flowers along the road. Shadow flew overhead, but there's nothing in the sky. They should be meeting by a group of rocks right over there. Or is it right here? Right here. There we are.
No signs of any dragon right now, but it sure looks like he's been here. I know it looks bad, but we've got to figure out what happened, and if that dragon is still skulking around somewhere. Spread out and look for survivors. We need to know what we're dealing with.
Okay. Well, we're here at the Western Watchtower. I forgot I bumped it up to, like, what, hard? And I'm melee based, so we'll see how this goes.
No, get back. It's still here somewhere. Crocky and Todd just got grabbed when they tried to make a run for it.
Guardsman, what happened here? Where's this dragon? Quickly now!
I don't know. Kinneret, save us. Here he comes again.
Here he comes! Find cover and make every arrow count!
So the beginning of the fight is primarily you're gonna be wanting to use arrows. Irilith is the only immortal person here. Everyone else can be killed. After you do enough damage to it, it'll be grounded. I'm most likely gonna lose all of these guys. Oh, he didn't. Oh, I get no. Yeah, some of them are immortal. Maybe it's just the 4 that came with me. I forgot they have conversations after the fight. But some of them can die, because he will literally land and eat people. This is a Mirror Mjolnir. Trying to be careful. These guys will walk in front of your arrows and get hit, and then it's your fault. Oh, no, he's looking at me. Oh, no, he's not. I heard someone die. We're just taking damage? I heard a... Oh! It's now landed. Hold on, let me quick save here. Let me... Get out my axe! Let me get burnt. Potions. There we go. You're a millionaire? You alright, buddy? Dragon's soul has been absorbed. Use the shout section of your magic menu to equip the unrelenting force.
I can't believe it. You're Dragonborn.
Dragonborn? What do you mean?
In the very oldest tales, back from when there were still dragons in Skyrim, the Dragonborn would slay dragons and steal their power. That's what you did, isn't it? Absorb the dragon's power.
I mean, I don't know what happened to me.
There's only one way to find out. Try to shout. That would prove it. According to the old legends, only the Dragonborn can shout without training, the way the dragons do.
Dragon? What are you talking about?
That's right. My grandfather used to tell stories about the Dragonborn. Those born with the dragon blood in them, like old Tiber Septim himself.
I've never heard of Tiber Septim killing any dragons.
There weren't any dragons then, idiot. They're just coming back now for the first time in forever. But the old tales tell of the Dragonborn who could kill dragons and steal their power. You must be one.
What do you say, Irileth? You're being awfully quiet. Come on, Irileth. Tell us. Do you believe in this Dragonborn business?
Some of you would be better off keeping quiet than flapping your gums on matters you don't know anything about. Here's a dead dragon, and that's something I definitely understand. Now we know we can kill them. But I don't need some mythical dragonborn. Someone who can put down a dragon is more than enough for me.
You wouldn't understand, Housecar. You ain't a gnome.
I've been all across Tamriel. I've seen plenty of things just as outlandish as this. I'd advise you all to trust in the strength of your sword arm over tales and legends.
If you really are Dragonborn, like out of the old tales, you ought to be able to shout. Can you? Have you tried? Shout? What you just did?
That's a shout.
Must be.
Like the Greybeards
Really
on their
are
mountain.
Dragonborn then.
Okay, so I waited so that we can get the dialogue with the people. If you shout immediately, they won't continue talking. They'll just be like, oh, you are Dragonborn. Cool.
That was the hairiest fight I've ever been in, and I've been in more than a few. I don't know about this Dragonborn business, but I'm sure glad you're with us. You better get back to Whiterun right away. Jarl Balgruuf will want to know what happened here.
Okay. Now we've learned the ability to shout like a dragon. Well, time to head back to the Jarl. And see what he has to say about our shouting ability. And the fact we killed a dragon. Guessing that's just a shadow glitch, so there wasn't something flying overhead. Domaki. Or, oh, never mind. I think I know what they actually said. Hi.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. A letter. Not sure who from. He wouldn't say, just that he was a friend of yours. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
We'll look at that later. It's because I shouted in the middle of nowhere. Okay. Oh, I don't want to traverse the whole town, do I? I already have to transition. I might as well. Go straight to the doorsteps.
By Izmir, you did it. You killed the dragon.
There
There's
has
been talk amongst the gods
that you are Dragonborn. But such a thing, surely that's not possible.
That's not possible. Gods, what manner of power is that?
I was just proving them that it was possible. I am, as they
That's
say.
a nice enough little hamlet, but a boring posting for a guard. If a dragon attacks, well, then it'd be a different story.
Rorikstead. That's from where Lorik was from.
You're finally here. The Jarl's been waiting for you.
You heard the summons. What else could it mean? The Greybeards.
We were just talking about you. My brother needs a word with you.
So what happened at the watchtower? Was the dragon there?
Watchtower was destroyed, but we killed the dragon.
I knew I could count on Irileth, but there must be more to it than that.
Well, it turns out I may be something called Dragonborn.
Dragonborn? What do you know about the Dragonborn?
When the dragon died, I absorbed some kind of power from it.
So it's true. The Greybeards really were summoning you.
That starts Way of the Voice. Speak to the Greybeards. The Greybeards?
Masters of the Way of the Voice. They live in seclusion high on the slopes of the throat of the world.
What do these Greybeards want with me?
The Dragonborn is said to be uniquely gifted in the voice. The ability to focus your vital essence into a thum, or shout. If you really are Dragonborn, they can teach you how to use your gift.
Didn't you hear the thundering sound as you returned to Whiterun? That was the voice of the Greybeards, summoning you to High Hrothgar. This hasn't happened in centuries, at least. Not since Tiber Septim himself was summoned when he was still Talos of Atmora.
Rungar, calm yourself. What does any of this Nord nonsense have to do with our friend here? Capable as he may be, I don't see any signs of him being this, what, Dragonborn?
Nord nonsense. You puffed up ignorant. These are our sacred traditions that go back to the founding of the First Empire.
Hrongar, don't be so hard on Avenici.
I meant no disrespect, of course. It's just that, what do these Greybeards want with him?
That's the Greybeards' business, not ours. Whatever happened when you killed that dragon, it revealed something in you, and the Greybeards heard it. If they think you're Dragonborn, who are we to argue? You'd better get up to High Hrothgar immediately. There's no refusing the summons of the Greybeards. It's a tremendous honor. I envy you, you know. To climb the 7,000 steps again. I made the pilgrimage once. Did you know that? High Hrothgar is a very peaceful place. Very disconnected from the troubles of this world. I wonder that the Greybeards even notice what's going on down here. They haven't seemed to care before. No matter. Go to High Hrothgar. Learn what the Greybeards can teach you. You've done a great service for me in my city, Dragonborn. By my right as Jarl, I name you Thane of Whiterun. It's the greatest honor that's within my power to grant. I assign you Lydia as a personal housecarl, and this weapon from my armory to serve as your badge of office. I'll also notify my guards of your new title. Wouldn't want them to think you're part of the common rabble, now would we? We are honored to have you as Thane of our city, Dragonborn. Back to business, Proventus. We still have a city to defend.
Yes, my lord.
Okay, and that finishes Dragon Rising. Now we have a housecarl, and we are Thane of Whiterun. Oh no, I'm over encumbered, and she's all the way at the bottom of the stairs. Lydia! Lydia, please! Thank you.
The Jarl has appointed me to be your housecarl. It's an honor to serve you.
Well, I'm a Thane. What does that mean?
The Jarl has recognized you as a person of great importance in the Hold. A hero. The title of Thane is an honor. A gift for your service. Guards will know to look the other way if you tell them who you are.
Okay. Well, what does a housecarl do?
As my Thane, I'm sworn to your service. I'll guard you and all you own with my life.
Alright, well, follow me. I need your help.
Lead the way.
Now, we will be off.
One of the new servants? Remember that I like my meat rare.
Father says I'm too young to train with the sword, so I practice with my fists.
We're off to the 7,000 steps.
Father promised me a new dress days ago.
Don't care.
Now where is it?
It takes a while to make a dress, Dagny. You have to be patient.
But I don't want to be patient. I want
Hurry.
it right now.
Let's get out of here.
All you ever do.
So I'm not going to read every book I come across. I will read notes and stuff, obviously, because they play into the lore of areas and quests. But I am going to read this book. Book of the Dragonborn. By Prior Emmeline Medrine, Order of Talos, Waynon Priory. Year is 360 of the Third Era, 21st of the reign of His Majesty Pelagius IV. Many people have heard the term Dragonborn. We are, of course, ruled by the Dragonborn Emperors. But the true meaning of the term is not commonly understood. For those of us in the Order of Talos, this is a subject near and dear to our hearts. And in this book, I will attempt to illuminate the history and significance of those known as Dragonborn. Down through the ages. Most scholars agree that the term was first used in connection with the Covenant of Akatosh, when the blessed Saint Alicia was given the Amulet of Kings, and the dragon fires in the Temple of the One were first lit. Quote, Akatosh, looking with pity upon the plight of men, drew precious blood from his own heart, and blessed Saint Alicia with the blood of dragons, and made a covenant that so long as Alicia's generations were true to the dragon blood, Akatosh would endeavor to seal tight the gates of oblivion, and to deny the armies of Daedra and undead to their enemies, the Daedra-loving Aelids. End quote. Those blessed by Akatosh with the, quote, dragon blood, end quote, became known as Dragonborn. The connection with the rulers of the Empire was thus there from the beginning. Only those of the blood of the dragon blood were able to wear the Amulet of Kings and light the dragon fires. All the legitimate rulers of the Empire have been Dragonborn. The emperors and empresses of the first Cyrodiilic Empire, founded by Alicia Raman, as an R, Raman Cyrodiil, and his heirs. and of course Tiber Septim and his heirs, down to our current emperor, His Majesty Pelagius Septim IV. Because of this connection with the emperors, however, the other significance of the Dragonborn has been obscured and largely forgotten by all but scholars, and those of us dedicated to the service of the blessed Talos. Who was Tiber Septim? Very few realize that being Dragonborn is not a simple matter of heredity. Being the blessing of Akatosh himself, it is beyond our understanding exactly how and why it is bestowed. Those who become emperor and light the dragon fires are surely Dragonborn. The proof is in the wearing of the amulet and the lighting of the fires. But were they Dragonborn, and thus able to do these things? Or was the doing the sign of the blessing of Akatosh descending upon them? All that we can say is that it is both, and neither, a divine mystery. The line of Septims have all been Dragonborn, of course, which is one reason the simplest notion of it being heredity has become so commonplace. We know for certain that the early Cyrodiilic rulers were not all related. There is also no evidence that Ramon Cyrodiil was descended from Elysia, although there are many legends that would make it so, most of them dating from the time of Ramon and likely attempts to legitimize his rule. We know that the Blades, usually thought of as the Emperor's bodyguards, originated in Akavari. Crusaders who invaded Tamriel for obscure reasons in the late First Era. They appear to have been searching for a Dragonborn. The events at Pale Pass bear this out. And the Akavari were the first to proclaim Ramon Cyrodiil as Dragonborn. In fact, it was the Akavari who did the most to promote his standing as emperor, although Ramon himself never took that title in his lifetime. And of course, there is no known heredity connection between Tiber Septim and any of the previous Dragonborn rulers of Tamriel. Whether there can be more than one Dragonborn at any time is another mystery. The emperors have done their best to dismiss this notion, but of course, the imperial succession itself means that at the very least, there are two or more potential Dragonborn at any time. The current ruler and his or her heirs, the history of the Blades also hints at this. Although little is known of their activities during the interregnum between Ramon's emperor and the rise of Tiber Septim, many believe that the Blades continued to search out and guard those they believed were, or might be, Dragonborn during this time. Lastly, we come to the question of the true meaning of being Dragonborn. The connection with dragons is so obvious that it has almost been forgotten. In these days, when dragons are a distant memory, we forget that in the early days, being Dragonborn meant having the dragon blood. Some scholars believe that was meant quite literally, although the exact significance is not known. The Nords tell tales of Dragonborn heroes who were great dragon slayers, able to steal the power of the dragons they killed. Indeed, it is well known that the Akavari sought out and killed many dragons during their invasion, and there is some evidence that this continued after they became Ramon Cyrodiil's Dragon Guard. Again, the connection to dragons, the direct predecessors to the Blades of today. I leave you with what is known as the prophecy of the Dragonborn. It often said to originate in an Elder Scroll, although it is sometimes almost attributed to the ancient Akavari. Many have attempted to decipher it, Many have also believed that its omens had been fulfilled and that the advent of the last Dragonborn was at hand. I make no claims as interpreter of prophecy, but it does suggest that the true significance of Akatosh's gift to mortal kind has yet to be fully understood. When misrule takes its place at the eight corners of the world, when the brass tower walks and time is reshaped, when the thrice blessed fail and the red tower trembles, when the Dragonborn ruler loses his throne and the white tower falls, when the snow tower lies sundered, kingless, bleeding, the World Eater waits and the wheel turns upon the last Dragonborn. That is the prophecy. And if you already know, or if you don't already know, I guess, it references all of the past Elder Scrolls games and the events that happened in them. They're just staring at me. Like, bro,